On May 22nd, 2021, I posted a video titled "Be Careful of the Names You Answer to." And I made that video out of observation and covering many stories where people who answer to certain names have found themselves running afoul of the law. So instead of me repeating what I said in that video about the names we answer to, here are some snippets from that video. Viewers, I have often tried to make the point that we ought to be very careful about the names that we answer to. And our grandparents and teachers have been telling us for years that word is power. Let me declare from early that this video is based on my observation, having covered many stories since I started this YouTube channel. Stories related to wanted men, men who are persons of interest, men who have been on the run, men arrested, charged, tried, convicted, sentenced for murder, for rape. And most of these men have one thing in common. They answer to some very strange and suggestive names. And again, let me make the point clear that I am not speaking from a standpoint of actual scientific research. This is just based on my observation. In my view, it is lost on many of us as Jamaican, the awesome power that can be wrapped up in a name. Since posting that video, I have covered and read many stories and articles in relation to men who have been arrested, who have been charged, who have been murdered, who have questionable names. And these are a few of those stories. I will not get into the depth of each of the stories. I'll just mention the story and the names I am talking about. Now, we saw where Madras was captured in St. Catherine. 47-year-old Nigel Bailey, otherwise called Madras, of Hopewell District in Hanover, was wanted for several offenses, including wounding with intent, and he was apprehended on an operation in St. Catherine earlier in 2023. Think about it, Madras. A lot wasn't said about this particular name, but Omar Fogo, OC Satan, is wanted in connection with a double murder by the Westmoreland police. I don't know if he has been arrested or he's still on the run, but he was wanted. So the police are seeking Devilman for allegedly killing ex's lover. So the St. Catherine police issued a wanted person notice for 34-year-old Peter Davis, known by the aliases Devils and Devilman, who is alleged to have killed the current partner of his children's mother. Devilman and Devil, eh? 20-year-old St. James man charged for alleged buggery of schoolgirl. So the police charged 20-year-old in connection with the alleged sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl in St. James. Charged with buggery is farmer Anthony Grant, otherwise called Murderer. Devilman charged with murder. Some man has been charged with murder and illegal possession of firearm following an incident on Belvedere Crescent in Kingston on December 21st, 2022. Charges 27-year-old David Mackenzie, otherwise called Devilman, a mason of Marchpen Road, Spanish Town in St. Catherine. Killy Killy, charged with murder. 34-year-old Fabian Morris, otherwise called Killy Killy, of Arcadia and St. James, has been charged with murder following a shooting incident in Niagara Square in the parish. Nash Shutter, charged after allegedly shooting man during argument. A 21-year-old Kingston man, Shade Nash, otherwise called Nash Shutter, was charged with wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition, following an incident on Victoria Avenue in Kingston on Thursday, March 2. Goat thief killed by a mob in Claremont, St. Anne. A man said to be a goat thief was killed by a mob in the Alderton district of Claremont in St. Anne. The deceased is a 28-year-old Tevin Pinnock, otherwise called Shatty, a laborer of Rambley in St. Thomas and Windward Road in Kingston. Termite charged with murder of Clarendon man. 22-year-old Ronaldo Gordon, otherwise called Termite, a mechanic of East Street in Denby, Clarendon, has been charged with the murder of 30-year-old Rogil Edwards. Man named Termite Rasta. Massacre, charged with shooting with intent in St. Catherine. 24-year-old Maxon Thompson, otherwise called Massacre, a farmer of Cocoa Ridge District in Brownsall, St. Catherine, is facing multiple charges including shooting with intent following an incident in Bellasgate District in the parish on Monday, April 17, 2023. Cops intensify search for Bad Fowl after reported fire attack on woman. So the cops say they want to question Anthony Gray, otherwise called Bad Fowl, about an incident in which his ex-girlfriend was set on fire at her home in Dover District in Redwood. I think that was in Linstead, in the Linstead area, I don't remember. Man named Bad Fowl Rasta. Stinger held in raid. Ammo car reportedly used in robbery seized. Now 25-year-old Daryl Watson, otherwise called Stinger, of Hamilton Street in Western Park, Clarendon, was charged with 2 counts of possession of a prohibited weapon. Possession of a prohibited weapon with intent to traffic ammunition, trafficking prohibited weapon, dealing in prohibited weapon, and 2 counts of fraudulent use of a license plate, following an operation along the Four Parts main road in the parish on Saturday, August 26. A man get the whole charge them. Reptile charged with illegal gun possession. So a 27-year-old lifeguard from Miami Bay in St. Anne was charged with possessing an illegal gun following an incident in his community. He is Paul Barrett, otherwise called Reptile. Man charged with murder of grieving U.S. national. So the St. Catherine North Police have charged 31-year-old Kerry Rutherford, otherwise called Mad One, for the murder of 57-year-old U.S. citizen Shernet Harmon. The Kingston West Police named 7 persons of interest, but 2 of the names stood out to me. So the Kingston West Police Division listed several individuals as persons of interest as they are conducting investigation into a number of major crimes, including murders and shootings in and around communities within the division. Among the list were Neil Williams, otherwise called Killer, and Tyreek, otherwise called Hittis. So one name Killer, one name Hittis. Interesting. Man charged for a multi-million-dollar robbery of St. Anne furniture store. So the police have charged a man in connection with the multi-million-dollar robbery of a furniture store in Jacksall, St. Anne. Charged with larceny and shopbreaking is 45-year-old Sutcliffe Davy, otherwise called Puss, of Back Street in Salem in the parish. So a man called Puss has been charged with robbery. You know what them used to say, a thief like Puss? So again, people, I am not an expert in this field. I did not do any formal study or data collection and analysis. I am just speaking on this topic based on mere observation that I have made down the years and realizing that many people take on the persona of the names that they are called. It becomes a part of them. As I had said in the 2021 video, it becomes their alter ego. And whether consciously or unconsciously, many people become what they are called. So people must stop calling a friend and family member a certain name. And man them and woman them must stop answer to certain name. It becomes you. It becomes what you are. It becomes who you are. And by the time you know it, sometimes you end up in a trouble. Sometimes permanently so. Peace out.